This week's episode of the Zompire Horde podcast is brought to you by Bloody Knuckle Customs. Come check us out at www.bloodyknucklecustomz.com.
What's going on? Hey.
Oh, hey, and welcome back to an all-new Zompire. What the hell is...
Where's American Patty?
American Patty is smiling at us from the beyond.
That doesn't look like him at all. Oh, there he is.
Russ,
What's up?
Good evening and welcome to the Zompire Horde podcast.
Yes. Melissa,
happy Monday. He missed us. Melissa wasn't here last week.
Neither was I.
Here. Michelle wasn't here.
We were all absent. Maybe they were asking where she was when they said, "Where's the chick?"
Maybe
it could have been asking where Melissa
was. Just me and Vlad last week.
Oh, weird. How did it go anyway?
We had a good time.
It was excellent.
Good.
What did we?
I'm gonna have to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I've been so busy.
Was it Evil Dead last week?
It was Evil Dead. Yeah.
Last week was the Evil Dead franchise.
It was.
Did we have a lot of viewers?
Like, 1 million.
We have our regulars, of course, right?
Well, Melissa was busy. Russ was new at his new job, busy. You weren't here, but there was a lot of participation. A lot of people talking.
Did we have the Derek?
Yes.
Did we have the Derek?
I believe we did because I think he was giving me an update. Yes, on the Devils game last Monday.
Yeah.
Did we have Stephen and Anne Marie Belzer?
It's quite possible.
It is.
You're asking me to remember a week ago, and I don't remember an hour ago.
Yeah. I don't even remember who I am, which is why my name changes every week.
What is up?
So I already have a lot of questions about what you specify as horror for the subgenre.
Oh, and that's a really good question too, because I believe there's a lot of like gray areas and like areas where they kind of like sci-fi and horror.
Right.
Sci-fi and horror. You know.
Happy Moon Day, says Angela Sea Monster Roulette.
Hello and happy Moon Day.
So anyway, since we haven't said it yet, and I did put that up, tonight's topic is horror movie subgenres.
Yay!
Whoa. Oh, apparently the puppy's happy about that as well. And there's a cowbell.
I mean, dude, the production value of this show.
Oh, yeah. The cowbell brings everything. We go from like a solid C plus to an A minus with that cowbell.
Fuck 100%, yeah.
100%.
Fuck yeah. I might have another one laying around. I could bring it to Crypticon.
And please don't.
I can give it to you so you can.
C plus.
You can take it home. Oh, I have a megaphone. Do you want me to bring that to Crypticon?
Yes.
I don't know if I want to do that ever.
Vlad, get over here.
Get over here.
Dude, I'm bringing it.
Don't hurt me.
Do it. So tonight we are talking about horror movie subgenres. Michelle, what would you say your favorite horror movies subgenre is?
Well, my favorite is body horror.
Ooh.
I love it.
You stole my answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, we can both love body horror. You know, it's like I used to think my favorite was like psychological horror, but I like it. I like it psychologically disturbing and like body disturbing at the same time, simultaneously, all at once together.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right. I know. Well, me and Pat were talking before the show, and obviously I changed my name to Vlad. Torture porn. Rad.
Is that your favorite?
If I were to, I'd have to pick two. And
I think yours is vomit horror. That's yours.
Well, funny you should bring that up.
I knew it.
I am the proud owner of a film called The Vomit. Well, not a film, a series called The Vomit Gore Trilogy.
I think we've talked about this one before.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I'll bring it to Crypticon.
Okay.
Yeah, please do.
Are we going to watch it?
We should. There's 3 movies.
Are you going to watch it in our room?
We can watch it wherever. We should put
We
it
can
on in
like
that side room where we were playing like horror movies before. We'll just put on Vomit
actually
Gore trilogy.
it's going to be a karaoke room now.
Boo.
Yeah, I'm
So.
kind of okay with it.
But I mean, there's still karaoke across the hall that everybody can do, but only VIP can do this one.
Ooh.
Well, hopefully VIPs sing better than non-VIPs.
Well, I would like some of our like celebrity guests to get up there and sing.
We need lots of video
man.
recording of that.
My God, why couldn't we have done that last year when Bill Moseley was in the house?
Oh, well, we had the dude that played Darth Vader sing one year. Our first year, I think, that we had karaoke.
In all fairness, if they were going to get anyone last year to do karaoke, I would have wanted it to be Fiona Dorff.
Yeah.
All hammered.
Yeah, that would have been a good time. Pat, I know that we were talking earlier. You were saying that you were going to change your name somewhat to body horror. So I'm guessing that's your favorite sub-genre.
Yeah. If I'm going to keep the answer simple, yeah. But
I mean, feel free to elaborate.
Get difficult like I always do, because I always elaborate and talk too much.
He likes toy horror.
I like toy horror. I like all subgenres of horror. I think every single one of them brings something to the table, and there's not a single one of them that I don't like. But body horror is where it's at. Huge Cronenberg fan,
and I like it too because I also like sci-fi, and body horror tends to kind of like swing both ways.
Yeah, so
like you've seen Splice, right?
Yeah, Splice is fucking
sick. So that's like one of my favorites.
Slither is the same thing, right? It's a body horror that swings with alien sci-fi stuff. Yeah,
that's that makes a lot of sense considering how much you enjoy the Soska sisters.
Yeah.
Obviously,
American Mary.
They redid Rabid and everything like that.
Dude, I don't give a fuck.
I still have to see that.
That remake of Rabid is so good. So good.
All right, so 2 for body horror. As I was saying earlier, I do enjoy a good comedy horror.
That's always good too.
But I movies like for me, Hostel Part 2. Just because I really love the Bathory scene. I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
In that movie, like I love like that kind of torture porn, splatter gore. I feel like growing up in the time era that we did, right? Like we kind of got exposed to a lot of that, slasher kind of horror.
Yeah.
Right. And so I needed something a little bit one notch up from that. And I think that's where kind of like that horror porn splatter kind of, comes into play. So I think if I was talking about me specifically, I think those 2 are my favorites. It'd be hard to choose one for me.
Yeah.
Splatter films, aka torture porn, they get a lot of bad rep in the horror community because a lot of people just say it's senseless gore. But I mean, there's some good storytelling in a lot of those. Like, I don't care what anybody says. If you watch Hostel 1 and 2 and you put those 2 movies together, they got a pretty decent storyline. There's a pretty good plot going on there. It's not just gore. I mean, the gore brings it over the top and makes it awesome and fun to watch. But there's a lot going on there that's above and beyond just it being torture porn.
Russ says psychological horror is his favorite. Session 9, The Descent, and Sinister, etc.
Session 9 is such a good film. So many people like ghost that movie and sleep on it and haven't watched it, but it's so good.
I might have to check that one out. I want to go back to Melissa. Melissa actually watched Cocaine Bear. Awesome kill scene.
I still want to see that.
And Hostel is seriously, Patch Hostel is a great story. And I think that's one of the, part of me looks kind of like when I look at the horror genre, I'd like to pretend that we're all really fucked up and enjoy like the gore aspects of things. But the reality is that most horror fans want the Michael Myers, Freddy, and Jason. They don't want, a Serbian film. And, if you get into the Japanese stuff, like, what's it called?
Tetsuo or whatever.
Yeah. Or like, Tokyo Gore Police and,
fucking awesome.
Yeah. But I think that there's like a fine line where it's like some people enjoy like pop country and some people enjoy like outlaw fucking gun shooting, whiskey drinking, outlaw country. You know what I mean? Like, and
then some people like vintage country.
and some people like vintage country.
And some
Kind
people
of
like it all.
exactly.
Not
But
country though.
let's talk about some specific, other than our favorites, like genres and films within said subgenre.
Yeah.
Savvy, Patty, you want to go first? What do you want to talk
So,
about?
do you want me? What are you asking of me? You want me to talk about some of my favorite subgenres or some of my favorite films? I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I didn't understand the assignment.
Let's just bring up a subgenre and then we'll talk about said subgenre and we can all go back.
Creature feature.
Creature feature.
One of the world's most popular subgenres.
I love them.
Is that sort of like monsters in a way?
Yeah, it's anything from like werewolves to
Creature from the Black Lagoon,
killer alligators, bears,
King Kong
on cocaine. King Kong, any of that stuff. Lake Placid's a fucking rad-ass creature feature.
Let the right
Jaws.
Yep, that one. Jaws.
Cujo.
The wolf.
Does Godzilla count?
So speaking
Godzilla
of that,
counts.
The Fly actually.
That one to me is body horror.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah,
I was trying to remember the
name.
name.
But I love it, and that's when I first fell in love with Jeff Goldblum.
Life Force,
dreamy.
The Pussy, Night of the Living
He is
Dead,
so dreamy.
Mountain Legend. Gremlins.
Yes, I think that would be a creature
feature.
I believe so. Yeah.
But touching on creature features really quick, one of the creatures within that subgenre, I think, is one that gets overlooked a lot, and I think it's because there hasn't been a really good telling of the story. And tell me if you guys agree. The Wolfman.
No, I don't think he gets overlooked, and I think
it's one of the most popular.
What year was it that Benicio del Toro played the Wolfman? What year was that?
Which was a great one. I think that was like
that movie was
2018 or something like. Maybe it was older than that.
That movie was rad as shit.
No, and I agree, but when you think about the vampires and then the Frankenstein's monster and the creature from the Black Lagoon, I feel like all of them have very like definitive, like stories and everything. The Wolfman does, but like there's never been a movie made as quality. Why are you looking at me like that?
Are you talking to Jesus right now?
Huh?
He's all looking up the sky. Why are you looking at me like that, Jesus?
Sea monsters in the background, like. And I'm like, am I getting hate mail?
Oh shit.
We have someone watching from Manchester, England.
Hey, yay!
So I think I do actually disagree with you on that, Vlad, which is really fucking weird because we never disagree on horror movie stuff. Like I don't think we ever have. But I do disagree with you on that. I think the Wolfman's pretty established and has some pretty good movies out there to solidify and tell his story. Like I just said, 2018 Benicio del Toro's remake of the Wolfman was fantastic. The Wolfman, Lon Chaney's Wolfman is fantastic. What is the Jack Nicholson Wolfman movie called when he played the werewolf? That movie was fucking rad too, but I can't remember what it's called. Somebody who's watching, please help me out. What is the name of the Jack Nicholson werewolf movie?
Let me see if I can find it.
I don't even know where my phone is. Yes, I love the Universal monster.
It's actually called Wolf. 1980.
Yeah, just called Wolf. That movie is fucking rad too.
Yeah, Rebecca knew it.
Thank you, Rebecca and Vlad.
In thinking back on it, I was thinking of American Werewolf in London, which is I love that movie. So maybe I'm wrong. I take it back. I'm wrong.
What?
There's also a difference between
Wolfman. This is being recorded, right?
Universal Studios Wolfman.
We're gonna loop. I was wrong.
It might be the only time I ever say it, so enjoy it while it lasts. But what else do we like about that genre?
Creature features?
Yeah.
My favorite creature feature of all time, a movie called Feast, Don't know if you've seen it,
I have seen
but
it.
it's fucking rad.
As a matter of, go ahead.
Good. No, good. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, as a matter of fact, actually, in one of the Zompire boxes, I forget what it was, but we bought something, I believe, from Feast 2, and it was something, and we did a
Like
relic
what,
card from
Sloppy Seconds or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. That was like the Feast
The
2 sloppy.
subtitle of it.
Yeah.
Sloppy Seconds.
Really quick, Russ and Melissa brought up Silver Bullet, which again, didn't think about because I do love that movie as well.
No.
You really didn't think your comment through, did you, Vlad?
Well,
but Vlad, no, also I don't think you may not have heard me a minute ago, but there's a difference between Wolfman and a werewolf. So, like, Wolfman is the Universal Studios character, and a werewolf is just a werewolf.
Any dude who turns like
Silver
on Twilight.
Bullet is
Jacob.
like a werewolf movie.
Okay, so I meant werewolves.
Man.
Okay, I understand. I meant werewolves.
If we're talking werewolves, then you're even way more wrong because
there's so many werewolf movies.
There's so many badass werewolf
No,
movies
but okay, badass werewolves movies other than I enjoyed the what's that franchise with the vampires and fucking werewolves going at it?
Underworld.
Yeah,
Underworld.
Twilight. I enjoyed that, but like what other movies had werewolves? What is it?
Dog Soldiers.
Ginger Snaps.
American Werewolf in London.
These aren't movies that like
I'm talking. He's just getting labeled.
Howling. Let's see. Howling has a whole fucking franchise. There's also another movie called Howling, which has nothing to do with The Howling, but it's about these people who get stuck on a train with a werewolf outside them terrorizing them. That movie's rad as shit too. There's a bunch of good werewolf movies.
And it's not horror, but I will give a shout out to the Werebears of what's that movie called, Angela?
Werebears.
Chillerama. Have either of you seen Chillerama?
Dude, yeah. Fucking Chillerama was rad.
Dude, that's what the Werebears, remember? They were like
I don't remember Werebears.
It was like the 60s surf section of the movie where it was like this one dude was like, there was a girl trying to get with him, but he was like obviously gay, and he was hanging out with these like surfer dudes, and it was like the Werebears, and so it was like a musical, and like these werewolf dudes in like leather like bondage gear were like, dude, it's so good. Rewatch that,
dude. I'm gonna have to rewatch Chillerama.
I can't hear you. What?
Since I watched that.
It's like a gay version of Crybaby is how it was just explained to me.
That's so funny.
It's so fucking good. But anyway, shout out to Werebears. So anyway, moving on. What's next? What do we got?
Oh, we were moving on subgenres. You don't want me to continue telling you how many rad werewolf movies there are?
Well, I'm just assuming that my email address and my Facebook Messenger is blowing up with hate mail at the moment. So I'm trying to like beat the bricks.
Better you this week instead of me.
Well, what else?
Psychological.
Psychological. Horror. I do like some psychological horror.
Yeah, some psycho.
What? Tell me some psychological horror you like there, Michelle.
Oh, psychological horror. All right, you're making me think right after work.
Is that why your eyes are bleeding?
Yes, it has happened at work today. I had a rough day.
Really Crying blood.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Well, we do work on eyes, and we did cataract surgery today. 2 eyes. We did an eyeball removal today.
Another one?
We did. Yep.
Like the 15th this week.
We do eyeball removals all the time. So, yeah.
Sorry, I was doing that for Patrick. Or
That's
for
okay.
Russ. He's mad at me.
I think a good psychological horror is The Shining. Some people would probably say that movie is more of
it is a
supernatural movie, but I ping it more as a psychological horror.
Yeah.
Also, The Descent.
Some movies can cross genre-lize too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I don't know 100%. If that's a word, but I love it.
It is now.
We'll go with it.
Did you say The Descent? I think that's a creature feature.
The Descent.
Yeah, where those women go spelunking or whatever that shit's called, cave diving.
Yeah.
Cave diving, and there's all those creatures down there.
Humanoids down there.
There's literally like monsters that eat them.
But so that can't be a crossover.
No, it can. Yeah, it's a cross. Yeah. I guess so. Yeah, because there's
See,
the element of claustrophobia, and which that really fucked with me during that movie.
Or
So
like
yeah,
Hush, that would be psychological.
hell yeah.
Um,
That's another cross too, psychological
yeah,
and home invasion, because home
hmm
invasion's a subgenre too.
yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Like, what's that movie? Oh,
Oh,
you guys keep going for a second. I got to show Patty something, but you guys
oh,
keep going
okay,
because it has to do
okay.
with that genre, and it's something I got for him.
Hereditary. In fact, one of the stars from Hereditary is going to be at Crypticon this year. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm very excited to meet Millie. So very,
Yeah,
very
me
excited.
too. That's gonna be awesome. I
I
think
know.
I think Hereditary is another sub crossover genre as well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Patrick, I lied when I said that the only stuff I found for you for Crypticon was a bullet belt and that record. I know one of your favorite films, and this isn't along the home invasion line, is The Purge.
Hmm.
And I remember telling you, like, did I give you this pin? It was the number one, and I think there was only like 25 made, and this was one of 25. I actually found it,
Hell yeah,
and then
that's rad as
actually,
shit.
and on the back, it's numbered. You can't, it's not going to focus, but it's actually numbered one of 25.
Boom.
So
I'll be right back.
I'll bring that to con for you too.
But is that a BAM or Zobi pin, or is that something
No,
else?
this is one we did.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Where was
Vampire
I?
did that one. That I got to get the focus. That was maybe before. I don't know. I don't know
Why are you
don't know.
blurry?
because I put that pin too close and it takes a minute
Oh,
That's a
get back.
subgenre too. Very blurry Vlad.
blurry Vlad.
That's another.
Blurry Vlad.
subgenre
Say that
for-
5 times fast.
I can't even say it once.
I can't even say it once slow.
I fucked it up just doing it once slow.
Yeah.
So, wait, which one were we just talking about? I forgot.
We're talking about psychological,
Psychological horror.
and I brought up The Shining.
One that I think. So here's a little thing, and then you guys tell me what you think.
Okay.
I think that the movie Psycho is a crossover of psychological
And slasher.
and the first ever slasher. Debate.
Debate.
Peace. I'm out.
You
Yourself.
I agree with you. Yeah.
do. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Patrick.
I agree.
Okay. All right.
Look at how agreeable we are.
This
I'm
is
so
great.
We're such
agreeable.
nice
I would,
friends.
I would like to hear your reasoning though. Even though I agree and probably have the same reasoning. I just want to hear so our fans can hear too.
Well, first of all, what's up, Zach? Love you, buddy.
Zach.
Congratulations on child number 2. I saw that you announced it, so congrats. And our buddy Zach, he's a local guy to me. He's a very good friend of mine. Has a son coming, and
Congrats.
Yay.
hold on. Ending of Psycho is brilliant. Definitely psychological. So you're asking why do I think it's psychological? Because I feel like, whether Norman Bates knows it or not, he's playing mental warfare, mental games with the girl, the girl in room 1, as it were. It's their 5th child, second together. Well, congratulations.
Congrats.
But and so hence the psychological aspect of it, and then slasher, depending on how your definition goes, is anytime like there's the killer uses a knife or a sharp object to kill his victim. So that obviously
Yes.
fits with Norman Bates
To
using
slash.
a knife, right?
That could be
So
a blunt object too.
yeah,
To slash.
but that's kind of where I what I thought of it, because I've always argued for a long time that Texas Chainsaw Massacre was really the first slasher, but then after reading definitions and looking at blah blah blah, then it came to me like, oh yeah, Psycho would be the first slasher.
Yeah, and psychological goes even deeper too than just the games he's playing with his victim, but also his own head, right? Like the mommy issues and stuff like that. So it dives deep into psychological horror for sure.
Psychological and body horror crossover. The movie May.
Ooh, I love that movie.
Love that
I
movie.
freaking love that movie.
Yeah, It's got
I love
what
that
Jeremy
movie.
Sisto in it
So it's
from
so good.
Clueless. I think those are the only two movies I've. Oh wait, no, he was in Wrong Turn as well. So he's in Clueless,
Mm,
Wrong Turn, and May. I think those are the only three things I've seen him in.
May is
so
such a
good.
great movie. Like so many, I remember when it kind of came out, and I think I had it on DVD, and literally
Yeah.
everyone that came over, I'm like, "Have you seen this?" And they're like,
Oh my
"No,
God. Same
no,
here. I had it on
no."
DVD. I'd show all of my friends and make
Yeah.
everybody borrow it if they wouldn't come over and watch it, you know?
Same thing
So
with
good.
there's a movie called,
So
I
good.
believe, wait, Doom Generation. Have either of you seen that with Rose
Dude,
McGowan?
we've talked about Doom Generation on the show
I have
before. The
not.
Have
movie's
we?
so rad.
Yeah. I don't a lot, and a lot of people don't know about it, even though it has Rose McGowan and what's that kid's name? I just
Um,
forgot it.
the guy that I always think looks like Keanu Reeves.
Yes, he was in
Oh, James Duvall.
Yeah, James
You know
Duvall.
yes.
what's funny? I did makeup on his ex-girlfriend this past weekend.
Oh, interesting.
And we talked about that.
This,
Anyways,
Wait, that he looks like Keanu Reeves?
yeah,
That's so funny.
I know.
this was brought up earlier, but what do you think about the movie Identity?
Oh, I love that movie.
Zach has a question. He goes, "Here's a question. Do you think your opinion on movies changes over time? Like Blair Witch, when it came out, everyone was tripping. Then came this fake that blah blah blah. But in the beginning, the pitched it as real. Oh, so he's thinking like found footage,
That's a good
Yeah.
subject.
right?
I think there's some truthness to that your opinions of things can change over time.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Like
I
stuff
don't
I thought was
know.
cool, now I think sucks, and stuff that I think sucked now is cool. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. I don't
Yeah.
know if my opinion on Blair Witch changed. I don't think it hits as hard as it did with the first time I watched it, but the Blair Witch was
Blood of my
unique.
eye.
There's some truth into what Zach just said, where it was pitched as real, but then it kind of was. It wasn't real, right? It was scripted, blah blah blah. But the actors thought they were really going through that stuff. Where like, because the director fucked with them, like said, hey, gave them key points to do throughout the film, and was like, yeah, we need you here at this time. We need you here at this time. We need you here. You go interview these people. Do this. Do that. But what the director didn't say was that while you're doing all this, we're gonna fuck with you, and we're going to like make it seem like this is real. So there's a lot of times where those people aren't acting; they're actually really scared because they think that shit's really happening. So yes, the movie's fake and it was pitched as real, but there are elements of the movie that's real. So I still think it holds dear to what it was. It was revolutionary for its time. Nobody had done anything like what they had done. A lot of people made fun of the Sarah girl for her crying scene when there was like snot rolling down her nose and shit.
But that's
But
how it would really be if you
but
were in that
but
situation.
she was really crying there. That wasn't I don't think that was fake. I think that was one of the situations that they were fucking with her, and they like were like, "Hey," she's like, "Hey, shit, I'm fucking gonna die out here," because she didn't realize some of it was marketed. Yes, Rebecca, marketing for that movie was fucking brilliant. Some of the best marketing of any other movie. The
Well,
only other movie that's gotten close to the brilliant marketing that has done is the recent marketing for Smile. That
oh
shit was
yeah.
fucking brilliant.
Um, the funny thing about Smile is I was actually watching like ESPN or something, and there was people that were going to Major League Baseball games sitting behind the pitcher because or sitting behind the catcher because that's where the cameras are looking when the
Yep, and they were just
pitcher's throwing, and they're all
dead
sitting there doing
fucking
that fucking
smiling.
smile.
The
And this is
whole fucking game. They
yeah, it
didn't
was
even fucking
insane.
move.
It was insane. Really quick though, back to the Blair Witch Project. And I believe it was like the summer of '99 is when that came out. I was living in Ocean City, Maryland at the time because I grew up, in Baltimore. And I hadn't heard of the Blair Witch. I didn't know of the area where the Blair Witch was.
Right.
But when that movie came out, I saw it opening weekend in the theater, and I was in the state of Maryland, and it hadn't come out yet that it was fake and da 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 da. And because we hadn't really seen a movie like that, other than kind of Cannibal Holocaust had a found footage aspect to it, but
Yeah.
it was found by someone else. Like, it was just the way it was filmed and everything. It was just like new. And I think not knowing at the time, because it was based on a true story, that it wasn't. There was jump scares that I wasn't prepared for. I don't usually get hit with jump scares very often, and I do remember being in the theater a few times and going like, "Oh shit," you know what I mean? Like, where I was like, my body would tense just because it was like a new way to look at a movie that we hadn't seen before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think
No.
being so close to where it happened when you think it's true is kind of fucking scary.
Right. Yeah.
I think the found footage, if it's done right, is probably some of the scariest horror out there because it's it looks real. It's done on a fucking VHS camera. What is that?
I don't know who posted this, but I have to know what you mean. What about Yummy
Oh,
Michelle of the Dead?
no, Yummy is a movie.
Oh.
And I told Steven, I told him to watch that movie.
I was hoping
And
somebody
that's a
random was
really good
calling you
body
Yummy.
horror
Yeah.
/ like zombie movie. It's really good. I would recommend it. You didn't understand because there was no punctuation. That's why punctuation's important.
Rebecca Odd loves found footage.
Can I point out something real quick? The last couple shows, Rebecca has been throwing down some badass knowledge throughout the last couple shows. So
we should have Rebecca come on. Rebecca, come on
the
show.
Thanks for the contribution, Rebecca. Your insight has been amazing.
Rebecca, come on the show and talk to us about horror movie stuff and like serial killer stuff if you want. Message us. Let's do this. Anyway.
We could do because we're supposed to have Melissa on for trivia, right?
They could go head to head.
Melissa, Rebecca
versus Rebecca
and Michelle. You can't get out of it because you were supposed to go up against Melissa.
Russ is going to stand in for me.
A triple death match.
Russ can only stand in for you if he wears a pink wig. If he wears a pink wig, I'm all for it.
Speaking of Russ, I'm gonna put this up because I do want to talk about comedy horror. Obviously, it's one of my favorites. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Obviously, you both have seen it.
Fuck yeah, I love that movie.
Now, did you guys hear or know that there's supposed to be a series of Tucker and Dale versus
I
things?
did not.
I had this I'd read it several times over the years. Obviously nothing's come of it that we know of yet. The first, like, if that's the first one and there's going to be more, I can't fucking wait.
Like Tucker and Dale versus aliens, is that a thing?
I don't know. Actually, speaking of aliens, and this has nothing to do with horror, have you seen Paul?
Oh yeah,
dude, I fucking love that movie. I love that movie.
I forgot about that movie.
Rebecca says she's down, so we should pencil her in.
Okay, and Russ says don't test me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Russ is about to throw on a pink wig and take Melissa and Rebecca
He's gonna
on a 1v1v1 horror trivia.
Another good one that's crazy because I'm a hunter is Missing 411 The Hunted. Not a horror or anything, but true crime, true mystery, must watch.
Never even
I'll have to check that out.
I think true crime can fall under a subgenre of horror.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's like a kind of a generic description of horror, and it's something that makes you feel a certain way, right? Like fear or something like that.
Terrifies you, brings fear. Yeah.
I'll be honest. Anytime I watch, stuff about serial killers, there is like I do fear being like trapped in some dude's basement and like poked and prodded and whatever it's going to happen. Like there's
you want that.
Oh,
you don't fear that. You want that.
you beat me to it. You beat me to it.
That's my Friday night.
I was too busy scrolling over here on the left to I can't even talk. Anyways, you beat me.
But really back to horror comedies. Obviously,
Zombieland.
Zombieland's a good one.
I love that one.
What about Dead Alive?
Dead Alive.
Dead Alive.
My favorite horror comedy is Reanimator. But that's also body horror.
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead also a zombie. So Shaun of the Dead's a zombie horror,
comedy,
body horror, comedy. musical.
Yeah.
Wait,
And
there's a music in that movie?
No, I thought we agreed that it wasn't a musical.
Where's the musical part of it?
I don't. I
There's
just
lots of.
remember a
It's
lot
got a
of
great
music playing.
soundtrack.
Yeah, okay.
Great
I don't know,
soundtrack.
Warm Bodies, yeah, that's a good one.
Shaun of the Dead is flawless. It's a perfect film. Agreed. I always, everyone, you already know, I'm going to say Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is, to me,
Oh
a
yeah,
horror
that has
comedy.
It's
not
some
supposed
comedic
to be.
moments.
It's certainly.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it is.
I mean,
yeah.
there's some gigglicious times in there for real.
Repo, the genetic opera. That is such a good call out.
Hey, that's got our buddy fucking Bill Moseley in it. And Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton.
Oh, speaking of which, Michelle, I got a very special hat I'm bringing. I got it specifically for Crypticon.
Is it for me?
No, I'm gonna. Well, you can wear it, but it's coming home with me.
Okay.
It's New Kids on the Block.
Oh,
NKOTB.
Yeah, and it's original from the 90s.
Oh my god! Is it white?
No, it's black, pink, and green, and I have the perfect shoes to go with it. I'm gonna be fucking
excellent.
So yeah, I thought
I'm about to cancel myself because I don't even want to be around right now.
Oh
no! Thank you, Vlad. Thank you. It's like, get me out of here. They're talking about New Kids on the Block.
Has anyone from Crypticon seen Mountain Legend with Lance Hendrickson?
I have not.
It's awesome and was directed by a Kelso Washington guy.
Who's Facebook user? Who is that? Because that's
I think that's Steven. I think that's Steven Belser.
How has Saw not been brought up yet? Well, we haven't. I mean, we touched briefly on like gore,
splatter and gore, and
torture,
and gore. But I mean, as far as comedy horror, obviously you got Army of Darkness, which is one of my favorites in that genre as well. And as I said, Texas too. What are some of the newer ones? Have you guys seen any like newer horror comedies that you think is fucking badass? I saw Cocaine Bear and I thought it was fucking immaculate.
I really want to see that. I heard it was awesome and hilarious.
I feel like for like the last month, every episode that movie has been brought up, and every episode I'm like, fuck, I need to watch that movie. And then it gets brought up again, and I'm like, fuck, I need to watch that movie. So at some point, I need to watch that movie. So when Vlad brings up Cocaine Bear, I can finally be like, I've seen it! Because it literally gets brought up in every episode.
I think I have a digital. It comes with like a digital code. Yeah, I have a digital code. I'll send it to you.
Bought it?
Huh?
When did you buy that?
The day it came out. What do you mean?
Oh, I thought you like streamed it on Peacock or something.
Well, I did when it became available there, but then the day it came out, I bought it.
That's
Cocaine Bear. This show is not sponsored by Cocaine Bear, by the way.
It should be,
but we are sponsored by cocaine.
I'm not, but you know.
No, we're none of us are. All right, I'm sponsored by Monster Energy. When you just fucking get up and go.
I'm sponsored by Body Scare.
Boom.
Ooh, nice.
And
I'm sponsored by Bloody Knuckle Customs.
This picture is never going away.
Yeah, you're talking about me talking about Cocaine Bear. We've seen the smile picture every episode for.
That's not Smile, dude. It's fucking Evil Dead Rise.
Or Evil Dead Rise. Okay, whatever. It looks like the same smile, man. Come on.
Yeah, I'll give you
that. Russ, I want them to do a movie on methed out otters.
Yeah.
PSA Evil Dead Rise is available on VOD tomorrow. I don't know what VOD is, but
Video on demand.
Video on demand. Where do you get that at? Is that through your cable company?
I think it's Comcast, yeah.
Son of a bitch, I don't have that.
Well, son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
I steal everything anyway, so I'll find it. Back to the topic at hand. Somebody had brought up, gore, or what were we talking about? Comedy horror. Are we moving on?
You don't even know where we're at right now, do you?
Let me bring up one. And you guys tell me.
Did you take too much RSO oil today?
I didn't take any, actually.
See, now that's a surprise.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm fumbling over everything. My brain is awake for once.
That's a good thing, though.
What do you guys think of backwoods horror?
You mean like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Inbred? Have you seen
And The
Inbred?
Hills Have Eyes.
Hills Have Eyes.
Wrong
Yes.
Turn.
Oh,
I love
I
Wrong
love that
Turn.
stuff. It's
I love all
creepy
of them.
because like that shit could happen.
It could happen.
It could.
It could happen. You don't know what's out there in the backwoods
Nope.
You can
with
get it free
them
from the store.
darn woods people.
Oh yeah, here you go. I have this on DVD
Oh yeah.
too.
That's literally one of the scariest movies ever made.
Squeal
Oh
like
my
a pig.
God.
Wait.
So I put yeah. I was gonna say Deliverance would be revenge horror to me, but I don't know. I don't think it is. I think like I Spit on Your Grave would be like revenge.
What's the other one? Last House on the Left.
Oh my god. Who is fucked in so many ways.
Somebody says I want another Wolf Creek TV season.
Whoever that is, I agree. Wolf Creek is fantastic. The movies, the TV show. Fuck yeah. Mick is fucking awesome.
Isn't there a Wolf? There's a movie too, right? There's 2 movies, Wolf Creek,
Yeah,
right?
Wolf
Oh,
Creek.
that's Jared. Jared, my adopted son, said, I want another Wolf Creek TV season. I love him. So he actually, just real quick, just to plug here, he owns and runs Made by Macabre. He's out of Arizona. He spent a lot of days at my house. He's part of my family. One of our best friends. A wonderful, wonderful young man. So you're going to have to check out Made by Macabre.
Will do.
Okay.
Checking it out.
I love you, Jared.
We love you, Jared.
Melissa says she loves a good revenge horror.
Yeah.
What's a good revenge horror? Tell me a good revenge horror.
Anybody or Melissa?
Oh,
I'm talking to you guys.
like I Spit on Your Grave, or
I Spit on Your
there
Grave.
needs to be more revenge horror. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think
like
there's
we were
enough.
already listing revenge horrors because we were talking about Last House on the Left and I Spit on Your Grave.
True.
Those are all revenge.
Yeah, crossovers.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of body horror, I was just looking at my notes, and one of the ones we forgot to talk about, dude, Videodrome.
Oh yeah.
I fucking love that movie.
From the King.
Oh, The Strangers. I love you, Mama Monster Michelle.
That's my boy.
What, you thought I wasn't going to put that comment up? You thought I wouldn't do that for you, Michelle?
I'm doing it first.
Russ says, what about movies like Happy Death Day or the one movie with Vince Vaughn? I can't think of the name.
Oh, Freaky.
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 What about him? Like, I mean, those are
That's psychological.
Happy
right?
Death Day is like Groundhog horror. So I think that's
Groundhog horror.
Remember Groundhog Day, that movie?
Yes.
I think it's probably comedy horror, right?
Comedy horror, yeah. There's a bit of comedy there.
So the guy who played that guy was in Vengeance with us.
Oh, is it Tommy McLaughlin?
No,
or not Tommy McLaughlin. The other dude.
Keep going.
He's not a big fan of mine.
He doesn't like you.
He blocked me on Facebook, actually.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name. And it's for a stupid fucking reason that he just didn't. It went over his head what he made a post about this dress someone wore to the fucking Met Gala, and all I did was screen capture it.
I think we talked about that.
And then he got all bent out of shape like I was trying to talk shit, and I was like, no, here's the dress. And then he blocked me, and then somebody he knows private messaged me and was calling me a piece of shit and all this, and I was like, dude, I don't get what I did wrong. So I just
yeah, I think you talked to me about that.
Yeah, I forget his name, but yeah, that guy.
I was just trying to show you the dress you were talking about.
Yeah, and he's like, raw, and I was like, I'm sorry, guy.
Somebody was having a bad day.
Keep your fans away from me. Anyway, I Spit on Your Grave, Ready or Not. Actually, Ready or Not's really good.
Yeah, I love Ready or Not. That Samara Weaving is taking horror by storm. She's fantastic.
Storm.
Yeah. When we do our next Scream Queen episode, we need to talk about her. We need to talk about Mia Goth. We need to talk about all these new up and coming Scream Queens.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Crushing it. Mia Goth is fucking crushing the world right now.
I was going to ask you guys, how do you feel about the
Derek's
movies
here.
that A24 are putting out? X was one of them. I'm trying to remember a few of the others. um,
Are you
fuck
talking
was
about
that?
Ty West series, the X and Pearl?
Well, yeah, but the film company that's putting those out is called A24, and they've done other
Oh,
stuff outside of that
yeah.
storyline. Um, somebody's so late they're gonna have to watch it again later.
That's
Oh,
Derek.
I'm gonna make sure he dies on the streets of El Mazarat tonight.
Derek, don't watch the episode later. We were talking shit about you while you weren't here.
Yeah, the whole episode's been 44 minutes of fuck Derek.
Yeah. Piss off, Derek. Get the fuck out of here.
Somebody says, Melissa says, A24 is feeling very porn horror to me. You're not wrong.
I feel it.
But I think A24 also did what's that movie called? That was like the Viking fucking Iceland horror one. Midsummer.
Oh,
Was that
I like
A24?
that.
I'm
Midsummer?
pretty sure. Let me take a look. I could tell you like a listing of
I
stuff
think
they've done.
I think out of recent horror movies that have come out, and we always just stray from the topic. Sometimes I don't even know why we have topics on our show.
True.
But I think for recent horror movies to come out, I think Midsummer has gotten more hate than any other horror movie in the recent years.
That sucks.
People
I loved it.
fucking-
I watched it a couple of times.
Yeah, it's
So-
such a good movie, but people hate on it.
A24 also did one movie that I fucking love, and I'm hoping that you've seen it, Patrick. The Green Room, or it's called Green Room. Not The
Yeah,
Green
Green Room is rad.
That movie's fucking badass. They did do Midsummer. They did Hereditary. A movie called Uncut Gems, which it's an Adam Sandler movie. If you haven't seen it, it's fucking really good. Spring Breakers, Swiss Army Man, which is awesome. The Lighthouse, The Witch, Lady Bird, and Ex Machina.
That's another. Which is another movie that got a lot of hate. People don't like slow burn horror. Notice
Slow burn.
Because I don't know if that's a subgenre or not. It probably isn't. I'm just saying words.
I like it.
But like Midsummer is a slow fucking burn movie. Totally worth it. Totally worth it once it gets going. Even the slow parts are fucking awesome. But people fucking hate that movie. I don't know why. Why do you hate it? It's such a
Midsummer was a good minute. The old ladies dancing naked and pushing on dudes' asses while he was farces to screw the chick. Black Phone 2 is coming out, as well as The Boogeyman. Have you guys seen Black Phone?
Yeah.
That's really good.
I don't know if it needs a sequel, though.
Agreed. I'll agree to that statement. You're right. It is a pretty goddamn good movie, though. I can't imagine what they would do with a sequel, but here we are. What's the one that I watched? Oh, Barbarian.
That movie is great.
That movie isn't Mother at Crypticon this year?
Yeah. Yeah, he's there. He's there. He froze, Vlad.
Oh, was he frozen for a second?
Yeah. Hated Hereditary.
Am I back?
Summer. Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
I think it depends on where you're at in life, to be honest, or how it connects to you personally.
Yeah.
Cabin in the Woods, such a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
A drencher? What does that mean? What's a drencher?
You're a drencher.
Hey.
Keep it PG, guys. Keep it PG.
Hey.
Since when has this show ever been PG?
Yeah. I think Zombie Horde podcast is a little porny.
It's a little porny.
I hope the dude from Barbarian signs some lady flip floppy titties at con. Michelle, I need you to make me some flip floppy titties because I'm gonna have Mother sign them for me.
There you go. You can buy like a body piece.
Did we ever get a definition of what a drencher is?
Oh,
what's a drencher?
I'm too old to know what that means.
Kevin wants to know if did we like 13 Ghosts?
I did.
Of course we did.
I love that movie.
Yes.
I actually, and hear me out, hate mail me if you'd like. That is a movie I wouldn't mind them remaking, only because I feel like a lot of the visual aspects of it would be, not that they weren't good, don't get me wrong.
They could focus more on those.
Right. The story's a great story, and the
I think it needs to be a TV show instead of a movie, though.
Yeah, I think at one point we were talking about doing origin stories for each of the
Yeah.
13 ghosts or whatever.
That's why it needs to be a TV show, because they can really dive into that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you did like a
Yes,
whole
origin stories.
Yeah, if you did like a
Exactly.
whole like story or a whole season on each one, or an episode, and have them at the end kind of get together like Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
They need to do a series about each ghost. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Agreed. Oh man, I'm like burping my brains out.
Are you okay?
I'm great. Let me ask you guys a question. What about supernatural horror? Have we touched on
It's
that?
okay.
I love it.
Dude, Firestarter, Carrie.
Yeah, I guess those are great. Those are great.
I have a question for you. Do you separate, because technically supernatural horror is divided into like ghosts and haunted houses, and then like
Superpowers.
demons and like stuff and possession, but I separate those. Like demon and possession to me is like a separate
Like religious horror.
It's a sub genre.
Well, a drencher is like when blood explodes everywhere, like a Gallagher squashed watermelon.
There
I like
you
that.
go.
Yeah, Gallagher watermelons. Rest in peace,
Gallagher.
in
a couple of movies that I helped do special effects for, we used watermelons as smashed heads. We hollowed them out, and we could put wigs on them, to obscure the fact, paint them a little bit, the outside of them.
That's some straight
and
up
then pump
trauma
them
shit
full.
right there.
Yeah, put them full of blood, fake blood, and a bunch of other stuff. The ultra slime, and you get smashed and just fucking goes everywhere.
I like
awesome.
Yeah. Trauma uses like cantaloupes and stuff like that.
Yeah, they work great. They work great. Yeah.
Back to what you were saying, Patrick. I understand about like religious and supernatural. I think there should be a divide between, like, I don't know, it's kind of hard though. Maybe there is a divide between like ghost and spiritual, as opposed to specific religion or religious things. So like, The Exorcist, right, would be like, wouldn't be supernatural, it'd be like religious horror. That's kind of how I would look at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Rosemary's Baby would be like religious horror.
Yeah,
the
Omen.
Satanic overtones, the Omen.
Yeah.
So that's what you're saying, is separating things like haunted house and like, what's that, Paranormal Activity type shit.
Yeah,
gotcha. I agree with that. I think that's fair. As a matter of fact, some of the earliest, and I'm talking like pre-Universal monster movies, the first horror movies were based mostly on like religion and the devil and Satan and demonic spirits. That was like the original theme behind horror.
Yep.
Someone brought up a good one, Stigmata.
Yeah, that's a good movie. That's with what's her butt? What's that?
Arquette. Patricia
Arquette. Yeah, that movie's great.
It is a really good one, actually, and I think it's one of the more underrated. There was another one that had, as far as like religious horror, that had Lou Diamond Phillips. Was it The Sixth Sign? The Second Sign? First Sign?
Second Sign, maybe? I don't know.
Sign? That one was really good.
I don't remember.
Let me see if I can look it up.
The Seventh Sign.
Seventh Sign, maybe. Is that right?
Well, it's not La Bamba, I'll tell you that much.
No, that's a horror movie.
I love that movie.
I was terrified watching that movie.
I used to sing the songs to that all the time. Where the hell? Dude, when you have this much shit on your IMDb, it's like such a pain in the ass to try to find anything.
Does he really have that much stuff?
I'm a little.
He was like literally only in 2 movies.
No, apparently he was in a 2006 Aquaman.
What?
That you've never heard of. I don't. It's called like The Second Sign. I don't see it on here for some reason.
It doesn't exist.
Oh, The First Power. That's what it was called. The First Power.
I've never seen that.
Bill Moseley was actually a bartender in The First Power.
Bill Moseley's done a lot of freaking stuff, dude.
Bill Moseley's in everything. Anywhere from just like little bit hello, like where he'd just walk by the screen and wave, to like leading roles. That guy's everywhere.
Right?
It's the description of The First Power is a 1990 American neo-noir horror film. Now, see, I was watching this in 1990, something called neo-noir. I feel like smart and shit. Written and directed by Robert Rezkinoff and starring Lou Diamond Phillips. A sadistic serial killer Patrick Channing, known by most as the Pentagram Killer, is at large in Los Angeles, killing innocent people as a sacrifice to Satan. So Lou Diamond
Always.
Phillips plays
It's
like a
always
cop.
sacrifices to Satan. Always.
Man,
He got it.
nobody makes sacrifices to me. The
Oh, we
offerings
did.
of like candles
We
and
did
herbs.
on
I
last
want
week's
candles
show.
and herbs.
Look,
we made a sacrifice to you on last
Feasts.
week's show.
we make a sacrifice to you every year at Crypticon when we slave for long hours.
I guess
for
so.
you.
I guess that's true. I guess
Yeah.
that's true.
We
But
slave
you're
for
allowed to have a
long
lot of
hours
fun
with
too.
no pay.
It's true. It's true.
Well, we are staff members, so we get to play there. We get to go. We get to,
Don't believe
go
her.
to the
hang-
celebrity dinner and
Hang with the fucking
It's
ghoul kids.
torture.
we are the cool kids. What are you talking about?
I said the ghoul.
Oh, I thought you said the cool kids.
No.
Okay,
Cool kids are
well.
lame. We're the ghoul kids.
That's right. That's right.
So where are we at? What else have we talked about? You know what's one thing we haven't talked about? Parody horror.
Parody horror.
You don't know about parody horror?
Parody horror. Well, I know what a parody is. Give me an example of parody horror.
What We Do in the Shadows, Scary Movie, The Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Cabin in the Woods. Yeah, for sure.
Got
Which,
you.
in some ways, is also comedy horror. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing with a lot of these movies is like we're like, oh, subgenre, but really, a lot of them are just like 8 different genres. You know what I mean? It's very easy to look at a film and go, oh, well, it's a comedy horror, but then you bring in there's a zombie aspect. I mean, what's that movie? As zombies, aliens, vampires, and normal ass people.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's like crazy. So I feel like a lot of these, it's like, yeah, you can say it's a comedy horror or it's a post-apocalyptic horror, but there's so many more elements that make it all these other things.
And that's the fun thing about
we haven't talked about post-apocalyptic horror either.
We haven't talked about Hell Baby, and that movie's fucking hilarious.
We have not talked about that. There's a lot of things to talk about when, like, with a show topic as broad as subgenres of horror.
Right.
Like, literally, we could be talking for like 5 hours.
Yeah, I ain't got that kind of time.
And because we always
food
get
and sleep.
distracted and sidetracked. But
there's a book called Starving Zoe by C. Derek Miller. I would love to see as a film. Kind of makes me think of a movie called Avenged, with a lady brought back from the dead to go after her tormentors by an Indian shaman.
Ooh,
that sounds fun.
I like that. I'd watch that film.
Yeah.
But back to parody horror. Scary Movie.
A
good one.
I'm probably gonna get hate mail, but I didn't like that movie. I didn't like Scary Movie.
Which one of the 8 that are out?
Many of them. They just didn't do it for me, which is weird.
Because you love all horror, and you can take something away from each and every movie.
Yeah, I don't know what it was about them. I kind of just forgot about them.
Yeah.
But what's the God? What's the girl's name that's in those movies? I absolutely love her, and so I was super excited.
Ferris, Anna Faris.
Yeah, Anna Faris. Like, I love her. She's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And I was like super excited that she was in those movies, and then I was just like, these are kind of dumb.
Siren 2 was the best of them, with Tim Curry in it.
Yeah, Tim Curry's awesome.
Yeah. I feel like those are kind of like that late, kind of mid 2000s, like stoner comedy that didn't like hold water. You know what I mean? Like it was. I guess if you watched it for the first time when it came out, you were like, "Oh, this is hilarious." But then the next time you go to watch it again, you're just in another room, like, 5 minutes in, because it's so it just plays out in your mind just so quickly and easily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Gate was such a great 80s horror. Agreed.
Yep. Agreed on that.
She went to my high school. Yeah, Anna Faris is from Washington. It's true.
Really?
Yeah. Also, I think Angela went to school. Angela, who'd you go to school with? Or went to the same school as? It's the dude who plays fucking Skyrocket or whatever the fuck his name is in the Marvel movie.
Oh, that dude's from here?
Yeah. I think she's in the same high school as him.
Huh. Chris Pratt?
Chris Pratt. That's it.
Oh, I heard that he was from here.
He's
Yeah.
a Washingtonian.
I'm really tired of
I'm
him.
more excited that Anna Faris is a Washingtonian than Chris Pratt.
Like a Chris Pratt.
Grab my strong hand. That's awesome. Yeah, A Cabin in the Woods was really well, but other than that, I'm not a big fan of those types of films because again,
Yeah.
like it's one of those things you see it once and it's gone out of your brain. It
Yeah,
doesn't leave a lasting impression that makes you want
right.
to watch
It's more of
more.
a space filler amusement type of.
Yeah.
Here we go. I got a scholarship to Cornish College of Fine Arts where Brendan Fraser went to school.
Oh, Brandon Fraser.
Which is crazy because we're watching that show Doom Patrol right now. Have either of you seen that? It's a DC based on a DC comic.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
And Brendan Fraser, it's about the show is about this like scientist who created all these like superheroes, but under like false pretense and like kind of fucked them all over. Well, he takes the Brendan Fraser's character, his brain out of the body and puts it in this like big metal robot. And it's funny because the entire time, every episode, he's wearing a different like punk rock shirt. I've seen him in a Fear shirt. I've seen him in a like circle jerk shirt, and it's fucking hilarious. And the character is really, really good. She says, "Oh yes, Chris Pratt went to her rival high school." So
you're enemies with Chris
Rival.
Pratt. Chris Pratt, if you're watching, we're your enemies. Rival high school.
I do.
Wait, what, Derek? You're not coming to CryptoCon?
Derek's not coming to Seattle.
I thought you already got your tickets.
Well, he bought hotel room, and he was going to buy plane tickets. And then he sent me a picture, and his face was swollen out to here.
What?
Pulled. Yeah, he's in a bad way. He's got to get a tooth pulled. It's a broken tooth.
But that CryptoCon's not for like 10 days.
Right, but it costs money when you're a body piercer, you don't have health insurance.
Oh.
So you can't just, go get your tooth pulled and pay $20. Like, the dude's got to pay for it out of pocket.
Well, it costs more than $20 even with insurance, trust me.
True. I have not seen High Spirits. Have you guys seen High Spirits?
I have not.
I have not either. Tell us about this High Spirits, Rebecca Odd. He said yes, sad day.
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, we're bummed. I was kind of hoping he was going to come hang out and,
Yeah.
Maybe I should.
Michael had a tooth pulled and it was like $800 and that's
maybe
with
I
insurance.
should just stay home then.
No, don't stay home.
Yeah, that would never happen. I'll be there with fucking bells on.
I know. I have this growing pile over here in the corner of shit I need to bring. So I need hands.
Nick the Zombie and his family will be there, and I'm going to go hang
Absolutely.
out
with him. Yeah.
I haven't seen Nick since last year, so I got to go say hi to that guy. So I got to go. Sorry, Derek. You're not going. I got to go.
Angela, don't stay home, please.
She's ready for a vacation.
I know. I got to put up with his ass all weekend.
She's ready for a vacation from me. I will tell you though, Derek did say he's going to send me the shirts for you guys, so I will be bringing them to CryptoCon, so you will get the Derek.
Thanks, Derek. I'm sorry.
Somebody said something about Minneapolis CryptoCon?
I would like to go to that sometime and check it out. I heard it's awesome.
Yeah, Derek lives in Minneapolis or right outside of it, and so they have CryptoCon there, and actually they have a really good guest list. And
they really do always have a really good guest list.
True,
I have to say.
Classic comedy horror. What was that movie called? Did she say? Oh, High Spirits.
See, we can only really have the space for 12 guests at our event.
They have 34 so far.
I know. That must be a freaking huge, yeah. Damn.
So we should definitely consider trying to make it there.
Road trip to Minneapolis.
Road trip? We're going to fly.
Oh, man, road trips are so fun, though.
Private jets.
That's true. That's true.
Where are we at? What did we talk about? What haven't we talked about?
We haven't talked about a lot.
It's true. What about cannibal?
Cannibalism. That's a type of, I would say, is it?
I'd put it under splatter.
Yeah, because it's not, yeah.
When you think about
splatter.
Like Cannibal Holocaust, the Green Inferno, Raw.
I love Green Inferno.
I guess it kind of depends on which one you're talking about too, because Cannibal Holocaust I'd put under found footage.
Yeah, that too.
But it's found footage within a movie, though. Does that change your?
No.
Well, so
I don't think-
is Blair Witch.
No, but the way they're presented differently.
Oh, that's
Blair
true.
Witch,
Yeah.
way Blair Witch plays is just as the found footage,
Ooh,
whereas
the ruins. The
Somebody
ruins.
was that Rebecca that put Steven Gutenberg up there
Yes.
on the screen. When I worked at Home Video Express, we had a staff picks thing that we did, and we would do them by genre. So like it would be like this week there's our staff picks for comedy. This week here's our staff picks for horror. And when
Right.
it was on staff picks for horror, one week I just put a fuck ton of Steve Gutenberg films up there because there's nothing more horrific than anything that guy does. So like all my horror picks were Steve Gutenberg films. It's fucking great.
Melissa says that if we make a trip to Minneapolis, she'll come from Nashville, Tennessee, just to meet us.
Well, I'm going to be in Michigan in August.
I don't even. Is
4
Nashville
days.
far from there?
What's that?
Is Nashville? I don't know my places very
Nashville's
well.
in Tennessee.
I want to say
Minneapolis
it's
is in
probably like
Minnesota.
an 10-hour drive.
Yeah.
So Tennessee's down there. Minnesota's kind of up.
So that's a long ways. Yeah.
I'm assuming this is Sea Monster here. She says Frankenhooker, classic comedy horror.
For sure. I love that movie.
I don't know if you guys have seen my new phone case.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You were supposed to send me the link to where you got that so I could get the Reanimator one.
Oh yeah.
Wow. I got Angela. She's not here right now for me to show you, but I got her a Frankenhooker one. That's
Nice.
like mine.
Weren't you just talking to her like 10 minutes ago?
She's at the other end of the apartment.
Okay.
It is September 15th and 17th. My favorite, Waters and Depp.
Yeah.
That wasn't Angela, but she agrees with the Frankenhooker sentiment. Virgil Kane says back.
Welcome back.
The Reanimator is kind of comical.
Yes. Reanimator is great.
Agreed with all of it.
Fuck it. We're out of here.
What is Reanimator? What did you say it was? Comedy horror?
It's comedy horror and body horror.
Okay. I think we would be what's it called? Not dismissed, but remissed.
Remiss. Yeah.
If we don't bring up Giallo.
Dario is the king. Giallo.
The king.
The king of Giallo. A lot of people don't watch those movies. Those like mystery, noir, slasher. Like you know how we were talking about like subgenres can like meld together. Like you can have like slasher comedies or stuff like that. Giallo is a subgenre that is like made up of like combination of subgenres. It's kind of weird because it's like mystery, it's noir, there's slasher aspects, there's psychological aspects. All of that is in Supernatural.
Yeah, it's definitely like an artistic look at horror.
Yeah, agreed. And the king, what? Cigarette burns. Yeah. Another great comment.
I'm trying to remember his fucking name. I know it too because I have pictures with him. What the hell is his name from Walking Dead?
I don't know. There's
Which
a lot of people
one?
in Walking Dead.
Daryl.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Norman Reedus. Have you seen Cigarette Burns?
Yeah.
Dude. In that same movie series, there's another one called Pelts that has Meatloaf in it.
Oh,
that one's fucking bad. Isn't that Meatloaf in that one?
I think so.
I
haven't seen either of those movies in forever, so I don't know.
I own both of them. You can come watch them anytime.
But I won't do that.
That was actually one of the first franchises we did in the Zompire box too.
Yeah. Oh, I still got the art piece for it.
Did anyone see Frozen? Not the Disney film.
Yeah, the fucking
actually I've seen
Adam
both.
Green,
Smart guy.
Adam Green Frozen.
Huh?
We're talking Adam Green for Frozen.
Yeah, I would imagine that it have to be that one, not the Disney one.
Well, I don't know if there's another movie called Frozen out there that I'm just unaware of.
Have you all seen Bugs or Bug with Ashley Judd?
Yeah.
I think I might have seen that. I remember like flipping through. I don't know. It sounds really familiar.
Yeah, it's like a 90s movie with Ashley Judd in it.
I don't think I've even ever heard of it.
Psychological horror, I think. It's been a while since I watched it. I watched that when I worked at Home Video. We used to play it on the screen all the time.
Nice.
Meatloaf was in Tales from the Crypt episode as well. And as we all know, he was in the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Was he on the Muppet Show?
Probably.
Everybody was on the Muppet Show.
Everybody cool was on the Muppet Show.
Virgil loved Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins was a witch.
That's a torture horror.
Torture porn.
For watching it.
What's your favorite torture porn?
Right here.
Mary Poppins.
Right here.
Yes.
Fucking cocaine.
Cocaine and bears. I mean, cocaine bears.
Vladimir.
Let's see. I saw the play version in New York City. Michael Shannon was naked right in front of my face. She was telling me that the other day. What play was that? Sea Monster Roulette.
Dong just flying around.
Yeah, we were watching something else that had. We were watching that new Waco Aftermath, and he's like one of the FBI agents or whatever in it. And she's like, "I saw his dick." I was like, "What?
What?"
Like, I saw his dick, and I'm like,
"I seen his pee-pee."
Apparently, it was a bug.
I seen his pee-pee.
Rebecca has seen a movie called A Clockwork Orgy. I have not.
No, didn't know that was a thing.
I'm waiting for it to be like, I meant A Clockwork Orange. Like, why is your phone
not correcting yourself?
Like, this is the wrong podcast, Rebecca.
Love the nature horror. Makes it feel closer to home.
Would that be Cocaine Bear?
That is one thing we actually haven't talked about, though, is animal horror.
Well, we did kind of creature feature a little bit.
No. I mean, like Jaws.
Like full on, like just like Cujo.
Jaws is a creature feature.
Yeah.
No.
Anaconda is a creature feature.
No, I disagree.
Maybe it's a sub genre of creature features.
I think creature feature, because then, so if creature feature is
or creature feature, animal,
Frankenstein, Dracula, those are the creature features. The Universal monsters were the creature features, right?
Where were you earlier when we were listing off creature feature and it literally was like Jaws, it's a creature feature, Lake Placid's a creature feature, Anaconda's a creature feature.
Did I agree with all of that?
I think
so. Yeah.
Well, can it be Can it be a crossover creature feature / animal horror?
Dude, this is your show. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
First of all, it's our show, but I'm just asking opinions here. Because if you think about it, right, like Creature from the Black Lagoon and Jaws are two very different types of horror. Like, you know what I mean?
But they're both a creature that are doing things bad.
So what is Leprechaun a creature feature?
No, I don't think he's a creature.
He's a little person.
Yeah, yeah. You're gonna get us canceled.
You're gonna get us canceled.
Who got canceled?
We're all gonna get canceled because you just called little people creatures.
Damn, Vlad.
Animal horror is animals. Creature features are cryptic animals and made up stuff.
Oh, Melissa.
Monster Squad.
That is a very good outlook on it, but I personally disagree.
Melissa, I don't care that he disagrees. I agree. And also whoever Facebook user who said Monster Squad's the best creature feature, I also agree with that.
I do agree with that as well. Monster Squad was my Goonies. While everybody was watching Goonies, I was fucking watching Monster Squad.
Monster Squad. King Kong was scary. It wasn't the planes, but love that. But
it was love that killed the beast.
Yeah. King Kong's fucking rad. Even the remakes. I enjoyed the remakes too.
What about like, because if you've ever noticed, the theme with horror movies throughout history is they tend to like look at current times and kind of reflect them in certain ways. What about like the 50s era of like nuclear horror where it was like giant mosquitoes,
spiders,
and like
mutant
men from outer space? And because if you think about it, like that, that's kind of like one of those real terrifying things too, because we don't have a vast knowledge of anything off of Earth. And so like a lot of that alien shit, especially back in the 50s, you know, it had to have been fucking scary to contemplate. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah. No, those like giant tarantula killing movies are fucking rad.
Yeah. Kind of like, you know, one of my favorites in that, it's not really that genre, I guess, but like Arachnophobia. Like I
Mhm.
love that fucking movie.
They're remaking
Yeah.
it. I can't wait to see what they do with that movie.
Really?
They're remaking it.
We're
I
gonna have to go
heard
see
they
it
were
together.
making a DC Monster Commandos film with the cop from Stranger Things playing Frankenstein Commando. I
Huh.
don't know what any of that means, but it sounds awesome, and I will watch
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Facebook user loves Monster Squad. Oh, I skipped. Damn, they're coming in quick, guys. Tarantula.
Tarantula.
Godzilla is an equalizer. Takes down Mothman and stuff. Godzilla was a dude.
Godzilla.
How do you know? How do you know?
Yeah.
I never saw no Godzilla penis or vagine. Eight-legged freaks, another great one.
Vagine. No peener vagine.
No peen or vagine.
Eight-legged freaks was Eight-legged freaks was pretty good. The CGI on it was pretty shoddy, but the movie was fun.
What's the movie that was based on the UK getting nuked? I don't know.
Nuke 'em high.
Laughing my ass off.
Is that
David
what you
Arquette
say?
is in eight-legged freaks.
Yeah, David Arquette. Yeah.
I wished Creature from Monster Squad lasted year. Wait, I was Creature from Monster Squad last year.
No, I wish he lasted.
Oh, lasted longer. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
he did have one of the coolest deaths though. That shotgun to the chest was pretty rad.
You can't tell me that Wolfman Has Nards is not one of the most quotable things in fucking horror movie history.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
That was like one of my favorites. So how do you guys feel? You feel like we covered subgenres fairly well?
I mean, we'll probably have an episode 2.
Yeah, we probably need to do an episode.
Yeah.
Get even
Do a part 2.
The Thing. Rebecca Odd says The Thing.
So this is what we should do now. So we've talked about subgenres, and like some of our favorite, Doomsday is the UK one. Boom.
Have you seen Doomsday?
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love that movie.
Doomsday. Now that we've like just talked about our favorites in some of the subgenres, we should do an episode for each subgenre. So we can do an episode for creature feature, then we can do an episode for slasher, and so maybe not all of them, but then we can just dive, because an episode just covering all subgenres. I mean, look, where are we at? We're at an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And we barely scratched the surface.
Right.
If we like narrow it down and just like get into the nitty gritty of like a couple subgenres, some of our maybe like 3 or 4 of our favorite subgenres, and just do an episode on those. I'm gonna get those on the books.
I can dig it.
I'm gonna book those out, and
We're gonna book those out.
I think we should do them in a row, so it's just like boom, subgenre, yeah,
like episodes in a series.
Yeah,
totally.
American Patty for the win. Good idea.
We thought smart.
Next week, though, we're going to do an episode. It's going to be our pre-funk to Crypticon, pre-funk con fest episode. What do we want to talk? You know what I think we should do? Let's
talk about the guests that are going to be there and the events that are going to be going on.
That's what I was going to go
and all
with.
the people that need to fucking show up and enjoy themselves.
Yeah. I also think that maybe, like, Vlad, since we're getting there on Thursday, like maybe Thursday night we can just do a quick little either live or recorded blurb from our room or whatever, or from the VIP room as we're like putting our shit together, as we're stuffing bags or something.
Chainsaw.
So,
I can dig it.
That's your stuff in bags. That'd be so rad.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to definitely get a lot more content. Actually, when this episode's over, hang out, because I do want to ask you about a photographer that'll be there and your relationship with them, in hopes that we can get a couple like pictures of the 3 of us together. I'm talking about Anthony Canuli. I think that's how you say his last name. Anyway, but we'll talk about that later.
You mean Thomas?
Thomas, what did I say?
Yeah, you said Anthony. Yeah, he's one of my close friends.
Right. I've known him since like 2010 or 11, but we didn't talk for years because I wasn't going to Crypticon and things. Last year and the year before, I saw him and we talked and hung out. But I was just going to see if maybe we could try to like have him snap a couple of us 3 together for
yeah.
like advertisements and things like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Beautiful idea.
Facebook user says we'll be there too, Michelle of the Dead.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Excellent.
And they want to know if you want Nick to help stuff bags.
Well, I mean,
Yes, I want a triple sign of Zompire team. Yes, Melissa wants us to print out a picture, sign it, and send it to her.
all right, we can do
for
that.
our auto collection.
Melissa, just so you know, my autograph will devalue the price of it.
That is not true.
He just
It'll
scribbled
be-
an X.
It'll be worth $100 if Vlad and Michelle are on there, but as soon as I put my Jane on there, it's gonna turn into like maybe be worth like $2.
Oh, come on. That's not true.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Well, thank you guys for tuning in this week.
Yes, thank you for joining us on this wonderful night.
This has been a really fun episode, actually. I'm really happy that we got to do this.
Yeah, me too.
Wait, we got a comment.
Oh.
Nope, priceless to her.
See,
Oh, sweet.
She's our Annie Wilkes. You know what I mean?
she really is.
Annie Wilkes, bitch.
She's our Annie Wilkes, bitch.
That's right.
What's going on?
This week's episode is brought to you by Body Scare. All natural body care products so good, they're scary.